Hey everyone, let's wander through Hobby Lobby and check out all the fall home decor they've put out so far for 2025. So my first stop was, of course, to look at some pumpkins, and these were pretty realistic looking. This one was $31.99. Everything here was 30% off. And then there were some white pumpkins here. These were $31.99 as well, and then they had bigger ones, which were $59.99. Okay, now we're going to wander through the floral section. Also, stay tuned because I will be sharing how I styled a fall arrangement with what I found at Hobby Lobby. So I really like the look of these berries. I love the muted and moody tones that it had, and these blackberries and these other berries over here, really, I felt like they went well with each other. I ended up getting both of them. So the blackberries were $6.99, and it's a pretty long stem. So these berries right here, they were $9.99. And again, everything right now is 30% off. I don't know when that will change again. It may change next week. So these right here, I love. I think they're called like seed pods, but I didn't use them for fall. I used them for my Christmas tree. I used them for the top of my Christmas tree. I know, it kind of sounds weird, but I did. And I think those were, gosh, wow, that was really blurry. I think they were like $9.99. I could be wrong. Sorry, I didn't get closer. And here's what the stem looks like. It's a pretty long stem. Now I really love the muted look of these flowers right here. It kind of gave it has like a vintage look to it. This is what the stem looks like. And I think these were $6.99. So there was this yellow stem and I thought about using it, but it was just too vibrant. This one is $10.99, but it's still really pretty. May use it in the future. Alright, so I came up to other flowers that were similar to this flower right here. And what I'm doing right now is that I'm taking the berries and I'm going to put it up against these flowers to see if the color tones kind of match well with the berries. And so here's all three of them together. So I ended up getting a couple of these. Yeah, they were $6.99. I ended up getting a couple of these, but I did put one of them back. You'll see here in the future. And then I ended up getting one brown one. And then I found more of these flowers, but this one was too vibrant, but I really like them. I'll remember them for the future. And then I found these hydrangeas. They were stunning. So they're $11.99. But that one just didn't go too well with my arrangement. It was had more of a cooler tone. I went for these more yellowy ones, but they were too warm. So I ended up going after the white ones, and it worked. I can literally stay in the floral section for a good 30 minutes to an hour, just trying to put an arrangement together. I know that sounds kind of crazy. Does anybody else spend that much time trying to put an arrangement together? Because there are times when you'll see me walking back and forth around that area forever. I did find this really pretty sunflower that's $7.99. It kind of gave off some Van Gogh vibes. I liked it. Not for this arrangement, but in the future, I will remember this sunflower and I will use it for something else. Okay, so this was a huge oak stem. You can put this in like a glass vase. The acorns on it were pretty, the leaves were pretty. It was $19.99. And you can put like maybe, I would say 3 or 5 of these in one of those large vases that kind of taper at the top, if you know what I'm talking about. I love these. I think these were mums. They were $12.99. These were very pretty. And then there were these over here, the sunflower arrangement. That one didn't have a price. And don't you dare say, must be free. No, I think these are peonies, $13.99. And you had 8 flowers in this one, which wasn't too bad. It was nice. So I'm putting it up against the sunflowers and see if you mix them together, they would look really good together. So there's an idea for you to help you out. Okay, so now we're into the kitchen section here. This is $5.99, cute little pot holder. I could not see the price of that one because I was too short. So it's nice. I tried to find it, as you can see. I'm searching, but couldn't find it. And then I saw these oven mitts. So the smaller ones are $4.99. They come in different colors. The bigger ones, I believe, were $5.99. Now these are really cute. So here's this, I don't know what they're called, but you can put like hot items on top of it. So the pumpkin, they have a pumpkin one, and they have a sunflower one, $8.49 and $6.99. Oh, they're called trivets. Also had a mushroom trivet. It wasn't bad looking. I liked the pumpkin and sunflower better. That one was $8.49. And they had some cutting boards here. Here's a huge pumpkin, $38.99. Or charcuterie board, you know. And then there was a smaller pumpkin. The lines on it were kind of meh, but you could flip it around. So it's, you know, it's simple, $19.99. Not too bad. I mean, you know, some people may like the lines, so another charcuterie board that you have there. And here's another one that has more of that classic shape for a charcuterie board. This one was $12.99. And here was a leaf. I thought this one was neat. You can put so many different types of snacks and stuff in there next to the other boards. This one was $18.99. And these napkin holders were pretty good, $9.99. I liked how heavy duty they felt. So when you put your napkins in there, you won't have to worry about the napkin holder falling over. Then you got like a little apple snack tray here, which was $12.99. And then you had an acorn one, and it was $16.99. And somebody left this little pot holder down here that we couldn't see the price of before. It is $9.99. So now we all know how much it was, and I attempted to place it up on the hook. Okay, I almost got this. It was tempting, but I decided against it. But look at it, it's a baster, and it's a turkey. It's $9.99, and it came with its own little scrubby brush. So that's convenient. They also had a mini spoon here that was $3.99. Don't know what you'd use it for, but they had these collapsible measuring cups, which are nice because it saves room in your drawer. $7.99 for those. And then you had your little measuring spoons, which are $2.99. Then you had all your other utensils for $2.99. Some tongs, spatulas, and these were really cute. They're placeholders, and those are $6.49. I thought these napkin holders were pretty cool looking. They are $7.49. So I didn't know what this was for until I saw the picture, but you would think the grab a cup, mark it up would have been obvious. It wasn't obvious for me. So the picture showed me that you could put your cups in there. You can also put a pen beside it. They had an area where you can place your pen at, and then people can write their name on their cups. For any of your parties, this is a convenient way to give the cups a specific home, and people will know where the pen is at. So I know they didn't have too much out yet. A lot of their shelves, a lot of them were empty, and they were still stocking stuff. So this, like I said, this is just a video as to what they have out so far. So this was for your creamer. It's $4.99, and it came in orange, and it also came in white. They also had salt and pepper shakers. They came in the white, and then they came in the orange, but I didn't look at the price on those. Sorry about that. And then this, you could put like your cream or sugar in this, and this is $5.99. Now, if you're planning on having a fall get-together, maybe like a girls' night or a party or anything like that, these would be really cute to have, especially if you're going to be, you know, having cheese or different meats. You can put these toothpicks on them. And here we have some more napkin holders, $2.49 a piece. We have an orange, we have like a bluish green, we have like a boucle looking white one right here, and we got a sunflower. So this napkin holder, you get 4 of them. It's $15.99, and if you like, more vibrant colors, here's some sunflower napkin holders. They're $1.99 a piece. You got your maroon, you got your red, you got your orange, and of course, you have your classic yellow. And here's what they have for napkins so far. I know that they will definitely have more variety in the future. And I love these glasses. I don't have any, but I need to get some. And they are glass. They're $7.49 a piece, at least for the goblets. And then just for the regular cups, they were $5.99. And this one was kind of hidden away. It's for baking. That'd be good to put like a apple pie in. $37.99. Oh, and here we found the wall of candles. But we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about this. these wooden baskets right here. These would be really nice. I love these. It would be, you can put them in the middle of your dining table. This one's $27.99. You can put them on your coffee table and put some fall items in it. This one was $36.99. I was tempted to get that one. And then we had some pumpkin basket looking ones. So they had a big one and they had a small one. So the small one was $9.99 and the bigger one was $14.99. You can also hang them on your wall too. So this one is $5.99. You can use these to create layering when it comes to presenting your food and your snacks. This one was $8.99 if you want to be fancy. And here's your traditional cornucopia, $17.99. And you can create a beautiful floral arrangement to put inside of that. Okay, here are the candles. So this one right here, yeah, the one that I'm pointing at, I love these. I have 2 of them. They smell great. They are $24.99. If you want your house to smell like fall, this is it. It has that perfect pumpkin spice smell. And these cinnamon sticks, they were not too bad. And then they were $7.99. And then this actually surprised me. This smelled really good. It also has that perfect smell of fall. $1.99. Now these were interesting. I like the way that they looked. This one's $11.99. The bigger one is $15.99. So you'll start to see me arrange them so you can like put them as a pattern like that, or you can put them as a pattern like that. Give you some ideas for your decorations, but I did put them back where they belong, so it looked pretty again. There we go. I was almost tempted to get a few of these. They are candle holders. This one was $5.99. This candle holder right here, and here, so you can see the whole leaf. This one, $9.99. And then this, tempted to get these too, but I didn't. This one was $12.99. And then they actually had a taller one, $14.99. And here's what the tall one looks like beside the small one. This one was pretty neat. It was also a candle holder. I think it's a pheasant. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But yeah, I don't know. It would just add some character to your decor. $12.99. And of course, we have our glass pumpkins. They're all $13.99 a piece for these small guys. You got the orange one, you got your clear, you got the teal, and you got this ashy looking kind of purpley one. I don't know, I kind of liked it. Of course, you got your amber pumpkins, $29.99. Come in different shapes. Okay, I was also very tempted to get this turkey, but I'm like, no, I gotta wait. This one was, if I remember right, $49.99. Here are some golden turkeys for $17.99. I turned it around to show you what it looked like on the other side. So that side has corn on it. So here's another pheasant for $17.99. I wasn't a big fan of it because it had glitter on it. Of course, I'm not a huge fan of glitter, but I mean, I'd work with it. This was adorable. This turkey, I would deal with the glitter. $37.99. This one has a lot of personality, but I didn't get it. I placed it back with its buddies. So here's some acorns. They had 2 different types. You could actually put these in that wooden bowl, that long wooden bowl I was talking about earlier. These are $10.99. And then here's the different style. I believe those were also $10.99. Yes, they are. Yeah, you can put them in that bowl, and then these pumpkins, or you can put these pumpkins in that long wooden bowl that I was, showing earlier. You can actually put them together. The colors, they kind of match with each other. They work well. $13.99 for those pumpkins. You can also use some of this corn, that's $10.99, and you can use some of this filler material, so you can put them with the acorns, or you can put them with the pumpkins, or you can use leaves, or you can use the hay. I mean, if you want to use that. There's also these too. You can use those in the bowl as well. And those were $6.99. And these fillers were $5.49. So now we're on to the pumpkins. So this squishy, magical looking pumpkin, that was $9.99. They had a smaller version of that one for $6.49. It was kind of cute. They got some more fillers, $4.49, all different types. There's just so many pumpkins to look at. $11.99 for that one. That cute little guy, it's $6.99. I don't know why I looked at the price on this one, because I had a feeling it was going to be the same, but it's also $6.99. This one is $12.99. Oh, and they had baby ones too for $8.49. Okay, so this one was an interesting pumpkin. I mean, if you had like a disco themed or like 70s themed kind of party, there you go. There's the pumpkin for you. $19.99, and it has glitter on the top of it. Now, here are all the baby pumpkins. We're just gonna go through. $8.49, $7.99 for these white pumpkins. For this variety, $8.99. This one is $6.99 for the color variety, more muted tones. For this one right here, it was $7.99. For these more pastel, bright colors, if you like the pink pumpkins, $13.99. They were nice and soft. And I think maybe that's all I looked through. Oh, $7.99 for that one. I think I looked at that one already, though. Yep, so that was the wall of mini pumpkins. And then these realistic looking pumpkins, $12.99. And then I found a big boy of that squishy, whimsical looking pumpkin. That one was $23.99. We have made it to the wall of stems. So many stems. And I found the same flower, except it was a baby version for $2.99. Almost got it, but I didn't. And then I saw some berries here, and I was like, you know what? Let's see what it looks like with the other flowers. And then I was like, nope, they don't go at all, but they're $3.99. May work out for you. This one was $2.99. Tried it again, and then I was like, nope. Yeah, there's just so much on this wall. I could have went through all of it, but there's just a lot. But then I saw this. This was adorable. They had a squirrel for $4.99, and it was holding an acorn. And they also had a raccoon. So if you want a trash panda, I think it's a trash panda, holding some pie, it's also $4.99. I had to stare at it for a bit. I really didn't know if I wanted it. I went back and forth. I ended up being like, okay, well, no, I'll just put it back. But just kidding, I bought it. So these leaves were pretty good quality. I love the color on them. $2.99. And I'm pretty picky when it comes to stems, and this was a really nice one. Here, I had an idea. I was like, okay, what if I put this in that one wooden bowl that I saw? So I'm going to show you here, maybe give you an idea. You can get a whole bunch of those leaves and then just lay them down onto the bowl. Unfortunately, they all had like the same pattern on them. I don't know if you can remove the leaves and like change up the pattern where they're at on the stem. I hope that made sense. And then maybe put those acorns or those pumpkins that I showed you earlier in that box, like the 3 pumpkins or the acorns, lay them all in there. And you can just put a whole bunch of leaves and stuff in there. I think that would look really good on a dining table or a coffee table. Again, this is $2.99. And then this one was $36.99. They had some hydrangeas here, some dried looking hydrangeas, $2.99. Very pretty. They also had these different types of leaves as well. They look more like maple leaves, and they were $2.99. I felt like that these 2 leaves went pretty good together. So if you wanted to add in like different texture, different, color tones, I think those would look good in that bowl or wherever you like to put it at. So I was looking at all the ribbon. I have a porcelain duck that I've named Waffles, and I was hoping to put a ribbon around, its neck area so it could have more of a fall theme. So that pumpkin one, pretty cute. That one was $7.99. And this one I've bought in the past. This one is $2.99. This one was also really nice too, also $2.99. They had a lot of velvet ribbon here for $5.99, but none of the ribbons here really spoke to me, so I just kind of moved on. But they have stems and wreaths galore. So we're just gonna go through this. I'm just going to put the pricing on the screen because I was kind of quiet throughout this whole entire tour of Hobby Lobby's fall stuff. I was kind of shy to talk out loud Near the end of filming all this, I did become a little better talking out loud, but it was still hard to hear me. So I'm just going to list all the prices here, and you can enjoy all the vines and all the wreaths. So I'm just going to be quiet here, and I'll come back afterward. Now there are times when I like these quirky little things. I love the turkeys with the feet hanging on the ledge. These were $6.99. And look at these little birds. These were too cute. And there are 4 different kinds. One's a flower, one's an acorn. I think the other one looks like an acorn too. And then one's a pumpkin. And they are $3.99. And then I looked above and saw the cutest thing. It's a piggy. Oh, it was so cute. I was very tempted to get it. I was like, no, I'm gonna wait. Probably going to be gone by the time I want it. So I hope it's still here when I want to get it. I'm just gonna put it back with its buddies. I did not go across this wall to show you how much everything was, but I do have a question. So these, what I was pointing to, are these legit? Like, has anyone ever tried these recipes, this pumpkin pie recipe? And if you did they even turn out good? Does anybody know, like, if these are, if they're legit? Because they have an apple pie one too, and a pumpkin spice latte. Let me know if they actually turned out good, or if they tasted like complete poo. Well, now I'm going to show you how I arranged this at my house. So this is my current arrangement I have in my guest bathroom for the summer. I got everything from Michael's during a 60% off sale. Unfortunately, I don't know the names of the stems, or I would share them. Sorry. I found this silver pitcher at an antique store and gave it a polish because I knew that the patina would come back anyway, but I did leave some of the patina behind. Also, if you work with a lot of faux florals, do yourself a favor and get a good wire cutter. This one's actually a mini bolt cutter from Amazon, and I've had it for about 8 to 9 months, and I love it. It's made it way easier for me to cut floral. I'll link it in the description below. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. I'll be sharing more videos like this soon. I also love posting about gardening, DIYs, and home decor, so there's more to come. Bye everyone.